And off the bat, I was a little disappointed. I felt like the Modern Warfare 2, which had so much hype, lived up to the hype when we first came out. And to be honest with you, I didn't feel like there was too much hype on Black Ops. I felt like maybe the release was too soon from Modern Warfare 2, and what Treyarch made War That War, and made this one. And what I was worried about is that people who played War That War, got into it for a little bit and then went back to Modern Warfare 1. Is this gonna happen the same for this one? I have no idea. But what we need to really ask ourselves here is it better than Modern Warfare 2? I think that's what the obvious question is, and what we're gonna be able to find out. Please leave your comments. Let me know what you guys think about everything. Right now, I'm just showing you different stuff that they have, like the contracts, certain weapons. That you have different challenges for certain weapons, and also for operations, where they have when a certain amount of team death matches or when a certain amount of domination matches and this and that. Right now, I'm showing you guys the kill streaks. They're pretty self-explanatory. Most of them are from Modern Warfare 2. As far as what's different, you have the mortar team, the Valkyrie rockets, which self-controlled rockets that you send out. They're pretty hard to control, to be honest. You always hit a freaking building. If the maps weren't so gay, I'd probably be able to hit somebody with them. And then they have the attack dogs from World at War, which I thought in World at War they were retarded because you could easily take them down or whatever. So I played one match where the opposing team got it, and I didn't get killed by one of them. Actually, I didn't think I even got approached by one. So as far as weapons are concerned in your classes, they have your regular assault rifles, submachine guns, light machine guns, snipers. But now shotguns are primary; they're no longer secondary, which I was a little bit upset about or whatever. So, and now as far as attachments are concerned, you don't have to worry about unlocking or doing challenges now. As long as you have the credits, you can unlock anything you want for that gun. Also, too, you can customize the red dot and stuff like that. So that was pretty neat. As far as they have a tactical option, which is now what with special grenades. Now you have Nova gas and decoys and stuff like that. And equipment now is your C4, your camera spike, motion sensor, claymores and stuff like that, which is pretty neat. The perks, they're all relatively the same. They have new ones like the hacker and the gas mask, and Ghost is basically like cold blooded now. We won't be seen by spy planes and stuff like that, which is pretty neat. So basically, like, I really need to know your guys, view on this. Do you really feel like is this the same thing that's gonna happen with World at War? Are we gonna go back to Modern Warfare? And is it really worth your $60? Like, I mean, there was so much hype in Modern Warfare 2, and like when I played it, I was like, oh my god, I love it, this and that. There wasn't that much hype going into this one, and when I got it, I was like, ugh. Then again, Treyarch did make this game, and I'm not a big fan of them. I'm sorry if I offended any Treyarch, fans out there, but I wasn't a big fan. They had a habit of ruining games like Spider-Man's and what garbage games they were. NHL games, those NHL Sega games, Sega decided to pick somebody else to develop them and stuff like that. It was just like, the one, I don't know. But then people like those old school, World War One and World War Two games and stuff like that. But those are only a certain amount of people. You know what I mean? You can't target those people. But what are you gonna do? I definitely felt like this game has a little bit of that kind of feel, other than more of the World War One feel than it does like Modern Warfare feel. So maybe that's why and stuff like that. I'm not gonna be racist against World War One or World War Two games, but it's just not my thing. And maybe that's why I thought when you heard Black Ops, like, oh, maybe some crazy shit. I didn't think it was gonna go back in time. So right now you're watching the dealer mode, and I thought it was pretty neat because on the bottom there they have what they call is like a little tracker, like the green dot specifying that you killed somebody, the red lines specifying that you died. Yellow and gray, I don't know which one's which, but I know one's for when you captain the objective or when you finish the challenge. I thought it was pretty neat. And using the R buttons, the R bumper buttons, you could switch between players and stay in their first person view, which I thought was pretty neat. Maybe you'd say like, damn, well, how did he get me? Well, you could go over there and check now. Whereas in Halo 3 and Reach, for some reason when you go into theirs, you can't really go into the first person point of view, which I thought was retarded. So what are you gonna do? Now let's let's really get into this. Is it better than Modern Warfare 2? I'm gonna tell you guys right now, no. I'm actually really contemplating returning this game, or not returning, trading it in, and getting something else, and sticking with Modern Warfare 2. The game types, they're the same. They added those wager matches or whatever, and then you have training. But who's gonna train? You want to get better, you're gonna play online. You know what I mean? You're not gonna play against computers. You'll never learn anything playing the computers. So it didn't make the game awful. It didn't change the game as far as it being bad. It added to it, but it was kind of like a waste of time. I wish they took some spots that they put into this game and spent more time doing something else, like fixing the gameplay. But we'll get into that. The classes I thought, were a little bit more in depth than Modern Warfare 2. You could add, they have those tactical and equipment now, and different types of special grenades now, which I thought was pretty neat. The weapons, I don't like the weapons in this game. I felt like Modern Warfare 2 had more, and they were actually more balanced. What do I mean by that? Say, take the SCAR for example. The SCAR was a powerful gun, but there was a small clip. In other cases, you had an M4, and it was not as powerful, but it had a large clip. So there was some balance, you know what I mean? This one, I feel like everybody's using the MPK5 or the M16, and I think in World of War, everybody was using that submachine gun. And if you used any other gun, people were laughing at you, like, oh, why are you using that gun? So I don't like that. I don't like that at all. You can even be creative. In some aspects, people were even using the F2000 in Modern Warfare 2. That shows you how balanced these guns were. So what are you gonna do? The matchmaking is similar. You go into the lobby, you pick your map. You pick your maps, and that's what I thought was pretty cool at first. Like, holy shit, okay, you can pick your maps. Nope, I don't like it. They need to get rid of that because for the simple fact, in Halo 3, and I felt like, Halo Reach, and I felt like they were copying that. In Halo Reach, you get 3 maps. If you don't like them, fine, they give you another 3. This one is so freaking retarded. You either get the previous map that you just played, or the next one that they were gonna pick for you anyway, or a random map. So now when you get stuck with a map like Nuketown, you're in this map for about 10 to 15 straight times, you know what I mean? Which is annoying. I want to play other maps. I get tired of this sometimes. Don't get me wrong, Nuketown I feel like is the best map because it's the smallest map. It kind of has that scrapyard, high-rise kind of feel to it, where it's similar, it's symmetrical on both sides and stuff like that, with the middle point being the high activity area and stuff like that. So, what are you gonna do? I don't like it. I don't like the fact they do that. I liked it in Modern Warfare 2 better, where if you don't like the map, if you got derail or anything like that, you can vote. Everybody usually votes it right away, and you get a new map. So that's I feel like how it should have been done. If you're gonna get fancy and try to copy other, developers, do it right. That's what I need to say. And then the maps themselves, they're just horrible. They're too big. Not only are they too big, they have multiple floors now, and in each map they have 9 or 10 buildings with 20 or 30 rooms in them. Are you fucking kidding me? How are you gonna play a 6v6 team deathmatch and expect it to be fun with all that stuff going on in the map? It makes no sense. They should have stuck to smaller maps. I mean, I don't know if I'm speaking for all gamers, but I think I am. The smaller the map, the better. How many times do people have fun in Rust? You know what I mean? Or in Halo 3, how many times in Z-Lot, Asylum? Those small maps are a lot more fun than having huge maps, because half the time you're just running around trying to find somebody. You know how boring team deathmatch is with these huge maps? It's ridiculous. I'm sorry. And I really think that Modern Warfare 2 has a definite edge on that aspect of this whole debate here. Perks, they're nothing special, but they got rid of the bullshit Modern Warfare 2 had, the Danger Close and the one-man army and all this other commando. And what I do like about it, though, is that you don't have to wait. You don't have to do these silly challenges to unlock certain perks. Basically, there's 3 different challenges. You complete them, and then when you're done with them, we're done with the challenge. You have the option to using your credits to purchase the pro version, which I thought was pretty neat. The hardline. To get Hardline Pro, you need to, obviously get a certain amount of kill streaks, and then you also need to share at least 10 of your care packages with other teammates in order to unlock Hardline Pro, which I thought was pretty neat. And then, you don't have to wait for a certain level. So basically, the only thing you have to wait for certain levels for is actually being able to buy certain guns. And that's the only thing you have to wait for as far as leveling is concerned. I'm not too sure how the prestiging works, but again, I don't think I'll be prestiging this game because kill streaks, I felt like they did a good job with the kill streaks. I don't like uh, how they kind of. All right, well, let me rephrase that. I do like the fact that they made the kill streaks where they don't count towards your actual kill streak, which makes which makes the games a lot more fun. Actually, it's not you don't have to worry about so much air support. You don't have to worry about carrying stinger missiles to take down air support and stuff like that. But also, I noticed too that the kills are kind of hard to come by now. Where you kind of have to watch every single angle. You guys watch those those corners and stuff like that. And to I don't know, for me, and I'm sorry, like I'm no pro again. Like to me, to get like a 5 kill streak seems kind of harder. I felt like getting a 5 kill streak in this game is the same thing as trying to get like an 11 kill streak in Modern Warfare 2, and that's just how I thought I should compare them or whatever. So that's the way I feel. Graphically, this game looks awful. I'm sorry to be so harsh about it, but every little detail and stuff like that looks awful. It looks like a 2-year-old did it compared to Modern Warfare 2. Like if you took 2 pictures side by side, screenshots of the M16 in Modern Warfare 2 and the M16 in this game, you'd be like, what the hell is that? Like, you know what I mean? And again, Treyarch has been known to do stuff like that. That's why I was a little worried about when I found out when Black Ops was first coming out. Okay, well, who's developing? Treyarch. Holy shit. What are these people thinking? What are the people at Activision thinking? So, I don't know. I think Activision's going to wake up a little bit when people stop playing this game and go back to Modern Warfare 2 and hopefully stop the beef that they have with Infinity Ward and make another Modern Warfare 2, because I think that's what people want. I think that's what people expect now. When you think Call of Duty, now you're thinking Modern Warfare. You're not thinking, the World War II games or whatever. You're not thinking of this. You're thinking of Modern Warfare 2 and how they stack up against those. So that's just how I feel. As far as gameplay is concerned, I don't like it. I feel like there's like and I know this is not the case, but this is how I feel. I feel like there's like a coin flip kind of thing going on with the computer. Okay, heads you die, tails he dies. There's a couple instances where I put a couple shots into somebody, it didn't go down. He knows I was shooting him. He had time to turn around and shoot me and take me down with one shot. I didn't understand it. It wasn't consistent, and I just don't like. You know what I mean? I don't have now. I still haven't developed a strategy in how to properly take somebody down. So I think that's the most frustrating part of what I think. So I mean, in the battle of who made better games for Activision as far as Call of Duty is concerned, Treyarch or Infinity Ward. Yes, Infinity Ward messed up with all the bullshit glitches and stuff like that, and they did patch them up immediately. They addressed them and stuff like that. But the game was still fun. When it was played legit, it was still fun. And, this game is still new, so God knows what these people are going to find as far as glitches and stuff like that. So don't go, oh, well, this game doesn't have any glitches. No, bullshit. It's going to come out with glitches, and you'll find them later on in this game. So, I'm sorry, but I'm going to have to say Modern Warfare 2 was a much better game. And I'm honestly thinking about putting this game down for a little bit. But please let me have your insight. If you feel like I'm an asshole and that I'm bashing this game too much, then let me know, and I'll reply back. But this is just how I feel, and I'm sorry. Yeah, this game is not worth it, and not worth the $60 at least. So don't forget, Assassin's Creed next week will be in my review. So enjoy and have a good day.